Alright, welcome back to another episode of Art Time, where today we are going to be finishing up this drawing here. I forgot to zoom out. Which I have been doing a bunch of off camera because there's just so much here that I had to get done with that I just wanted to, do some stuff or watch some videos on the side while I did this. And, you don't really need much of an excuse to do these things. It's just how it is. You know what I mean? Anyways, if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more. Alright, so today is Sunday. Vacation's over, annoyingly enough, so we're going to have to get done with that. We're going to have to go back to the hell soon, which is going to suck. So, yeah, that's always great. I'm just tired as hell, but that's fine, because if I'm tired, it means that maybe I'll be able to go to sleep a lot quicker when the time comes. I'm annoyed that I haven't been able to get a lot of things done with. I don't know what I can do here. I think the only thing that I can do is try to work on this one Marker Brain horror hardcore mature drawing that is going to be coming out sometime after Adventurous Ami gets posted. And there's also another thing. There's just a lot that I have to do, and I couldn't get a lot of it done with beforehand, so that's annoying. I just got distracted by a lot of stuff, and I'm annoyed that I couldn't get a lot more done with, but it's fine. It's whatever. Yeah. We're just going to try to get that done with, and then we're going to make the next episode of Elementals Reborn as well. Get that done with for this limitation period. And there's a lot of other things to get done with as well. Like that one Mock Brain Horror series that I've got going on soon. 4 episodes of that for the next limitation period until like 3 limitation periods or so. And I guess I could also show you the characters for the next, I guess the full-on first season of Lustful Horrors, and this chapter being called Night of Graduation. So all these characters are 18 except for one of them who is 19. This is Atsuko over here, the albino. Kyoko, the, I guess, nerd, so to speak. Kiriko, which everybody thinks is going to die first. I will neither confirm nor deny that. The pink-haired, energetic girl. Masako, the one who is like horror-based and somewhat the quote-unquote goth, but not full-on goth. Ryoko, who is the only one who's 19 in the group. Basically bossy, delinquent, kind of. Got held back like a year, but finally was able to graduate. And then Takako, who is shy and reserved. These are all of the girls in this particular season, I guess the full-on first season of Lustful Horrors. And, yeah, it should be simplistic enough. I don't know the exact drawings I'm going to do for all of them just yet, but I have an idea. I have an idea on, like, how they're, how the drawings are going to go, the creatures that they come across, how all that is going to play out. It's just, a lot of it's kind of planned out, but not like how the dialogue and most of the story will go. I can tell you this much about the story, though, that I know 100%, is that this is the night before graduation. In other words, they're about to graduate tomorrow. I guess maybe their last day of school. I think, if I remember correctly, they are third years in high school. Makes sense for them being like 18 years old and one being 19. Because obviously this is less of, horror and more of mature horror. In other words, it's a lot of mature stuff, so they have to be 18. At least according to the United States law, and most law in every other frickin' part of the USA. Well, maybe not exactly. I'm pretty sure there are some people who are trying to go for lowering the age of consent to 16 who are in political power. I don't really know whom, but I'm sure you know who I'm talking about if I'm talking about somebody. Nevertheless, they are 18, and one of them being 19. So don't you worry about that. They are of age, because they have to be. Otherwise, the series wouldn't exist. Well, I guess it would exist in Japan now, wouldn't it? Because there would be some manga artists who would go out of their way to assert that these are first years, or second years, or they're in middle school, or some shit. If, the few things that I have seen in most anime is anything to go off of. Which, still strange to say the least that, wait, why aren't you not? What the hell? Okay, that was weird. You somehow didn't move fully. So, yeah, obviously you can tell this was made by an American because these are all, quote-unquote adults according to, the US of A. And some people probably don't consider them adults until like in their mid or early 20s. Which I'm 27 right now, and even I don't consider myself as an adult half the times. Sure, I go to work, sure, I freaking contribute to rent, but I don't feel like an adult. Mentally, I still feel like I'm freaking 16 or so. And that probably does not help with the despair and depression that I feel on occasions when having to go back to this damn job. Yep. But, nevertheless, we do not do anybody under the age of 18 unless it's a safe for work drawing. Oh, that's right, that's combined. I forgot about that tidbit. If it's a safe for work drawing, like what I did with the last episode of My Luna Academia with Fade hanging out with the girls of Class 1A. You've seen that episode, right? You remember that? And in case you have forgotten, which it wasn't that long ago, but I don't remember what album it was. It could have been 50, could have been 49, could have been any... Nah, it's got to be somewhere after that. Yeah, here. This one, this adorable drawing, and this funny instance over here. But yeah, that is really the only time we can draw characters that are, like, underage in terms of, my general artwork is in safe for work drawings. Unless it's like, Reginald's Markiplier cases and there's death involved. It's funny how death is, like, the only thing where it's like, oh yeah, they could die. Everybody dies. It's the way of life, especially when a Markiplier entity does it. I mean, it's, I guess technically speaking, it is kind of a common thing. We've considered some animes out there with characters who are nowhere near getting to adulthood and just gets their life snuffed out because of, I like either terrible writing or just cheap deaths in general. I'm sure you can guess what anime I'm talking about. Pretty sure you could, but it could be multiple anime. I could just give you one hint, it was on Toonami at one point. Well, either way, it's happened. And, well, then again, that's not really a good example because fan service of characters under 18 are still shown even in, that department, that age. So I guess technically that argument doesn't really work too well now, does it? But America seems to really just don't have too much an aversion towards things like, death and whatnot, which is sad to say. It's just more so America's squeamish when it comes to sexual-like things. Nudity and whatnot. Which I can understand. If I don't want to see, like, I don't think I would ever go to a nude beach in general, because, unless I can get my gut gone, and these will be fine, I guess, that would confuse so many people. They just see freaking... I'm like that freaking... If I were to get rid of this gut, I'd be like that guy from Cowboy Bebop who has boobs and a dick. Everybody would just be like Faye and be like, what? Wait, hold on. But he's got giant bahongers, but he has a dick. What? It doesn't make any sense. Yes, sirree. Confusion much. And I wouldn't blame them. But regardless, I wouldn't go there anyways, because I don't think I would ever be comfortable in that department. Hell, long ago I was somewhat not comfortable showing, like, my body. I still don't really like showing my stomach. I need to, like, figure out some way to remove this stomach. I don't even think I would be able to do that without having to, like, wear a bra. So, yeah, no, I guess it doesn't matter. We haven't been to a beach in ages. We have not been to a beach, like, in such a long time. You know, life with all the work that's been, being douche nozzles and whatnot, it's just so many people on different hours and so many people working multiple jobs. It's just like, there's no time for anybody to, like, go out for, like, friends gathering or anything like that. Which sucks, because I didn't really get too much social interaction in, like, the early years of my life, but I've been more of an introvert for a large majority of my life as well. I've been used to, like, being alone. Yesterday, because I think I'm posting this today, is the, like, first time I ever had, like, not like a social outing, but, like, I was hanging out with my 2 cousins and then their 2 friends, and then, cousin's boyfriend who has the same name as me, funny enough. And then there's the cats. There was 2 cats. And in fact, I could probably show you a picture of the 2 cats. Just go on ahead and trigger. Here's one of them. I'm going to go on ahead and bring this up. Here's one. I think that's Donut. And now I'm going to bring up another one if I can find. And then here's, wait. Here we go. And here's Klondike. Look at that face. So, yeah. We had somewhat of a social outing. And it was actually pretty fun. Like, I think that was the first time I've ever shown my true self. Well, I wouldn't say true self. Not really the first time, because there's this girl at work that I'm good friends with. Good enough friends with to be able to act like, my normal self that you see on YouTube. Because normally, beforehand, like, in high school, I was more shy, quiet, and reserved. Although I think during that point, I was at a point where I was like, yeah, I don't care if people knows about my kinks. And now it's even more so like that. See, considering the fact that, it don't matter. If people know, they know. If there are some girls who are interested and want to, like, do something, good, great. Saves me the trouble of having to try to find somebody who would be into that kind of stuff. Just gotta, like, hope I live in the same area as them, or at least close enough to where the drive isn't, like, long as fuck. And obviously, it's gotta be the same age, or not same age. Over 18. Or 18 or over, I guess it doesn't exactly matter. I'm still, quote-unquote, young enough to where I don't think that's that, taboo. Either way, I'm still, like, my main interest right now is a little older. Despite the fact that I literally have a series going for 5 18-year-olds and 1 19-year-old. But the high school setting has to work with that. I could do one with teachers, but maybe I could do something with that, actually. That might be a good idea. Maybe. Maybe like another season or something, like a prequel. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil, like, surprises and whatnot, but I could do something with teachers. At the very least. No, neither confirm nor deny whatever relations that has to have. It's just, another school setting I can do. I do have another one in mind with, like, adult women going inside of, like, this submarine and, like, going down into the depths. That one's gonna be touching up more on, like, eldritch shit. And that one creature. That one creature, Tikhulith, or whatever her name was, or its name was, I should say. Technically speaking, eldritch creatures don't have genders, right? They're just horrors from outer space or in the depths. It's hard to say, really. My Lovecraft knowledge isn't really, like, big enough. All I know is this sounds like an eldritch name, and that's the name I decided to go for with this creation. It's not like I haven't gone for several different types of people. I have literally a 3-foot-tall midget, a 6-foot-tall rock star, 4'7" goth girl, all of which are over 20. Energetic cat girl cosplayer. This girl, this guy. Oh yeah, this maid as well. My first thought of her was interesting, to say the least, because I wanted someone who had like a bit of a 2B-esque kind of appearance, and I also didn't want it to be too close to Moon. I feel like I got a good instance here, more of a stern look, kind of. There we got a hot maid servant. These are the servant girls of episode 5, if you were wondering what they look like. This is servant girl number 1, I believe. Right, if I go over to here and did this. Yep, number 1. That's number 1. Let me go back to this door. And this is number 2. I think number 1 was conversing with Domodoro, and number 2 was conversing with her. Obviously not as attractive as this maid girl over here, but that's fine, because not every character needs to be as attractive as every single... We can have some characters who don't have too of a hot appearance. They're not bad, they're just not, like, stunning, like her, or her. I don't know about her. She's cocky, and you kind of want to see her fail, but I feel like she's the kind of person that... What's that meme again? The worst person you know, it was right or some shit. Only the worst person you know is doing way better than you are. And you can see Domodoro over here just seeing his position just be swooped right out of his arms right here, or hands, as he now joins this group in solving the mysteries of the Elemental's rebirth. It is funny to think... And I could definitely do some, like, bonus drawings of these two. Mature drawings. And something with her, maybe. We'll see. It's so funny, because I've got, like, 3 new characters here that I've now added to this freaking universe. Technically 4, and, 5, actually. And I think about it. And then, I guess Nora and, Gwilliam, what's his name? Gwyneth's father are also kind of new. There's a lot of characters that are just in my repertoire of OCs, and I've just added 6 more. And I'm probably going to have even more, because they're like probably going to be like teachers or something, most likely. I mean, maybe, we'll see. I think I have like at least 1 teacher who's going to be shown, but we'll see what happens. I have no idea just yet on what I plan on doing for that plot. All I know is that... I do definitely want to draw at least, maybe not draw a teacher yet, but at least allude to the fact that there is teachers there, and they are going to be hot. We will see soon enough what I have planned. I'm still kind of trying to figure out most of the plot. I mean, I kind of already know what's going to happen, what's going to be the fate for some of the characters, it's just I don't know the full plot just yet. And I don't want to say anything about it just yet, in case those on DeviantArt are like wanting to know more information about the series and are just looking at it and be like, "Ooh, interesting, not bad." Make no mistake, I do want to do something with the teachers, because you know me and adding OCs. I have so many characters, and some of them do look unique. Like, I don't know, these 2 look like basic NPCs. I guess technically speaking, these 3 are kind of basic NPCs. Because they don't have too much, wait a minute. They don't have too much screen time outside of, like, the ceremony of celebration. Because then after that, they're just kind of just, that's it. Their role is done for now, and they will either return later in a filler or continuing a story. Could be anything, really. But, yeah. I have some plans for these characters, that's for certain. Just as I have plans for another series. That one's going to be tricky to have set up. All of what I have to do is going to be tricky to have set up. It is. And I, annoyingly enough, pressed the damn thing. I have not gotten any progress on Paint Maze yet, so I guess I'm just going to have to do that going into this week instead. Which is fine. I don't think we're going to make too much progress anyways, but still, it's annoying, you know? You had plans, but then you got distracted by other things. And, you know, this one took longer than I expected it to take. I mean, I guess, why did I expect it to take any longer than, like, a few days? That's why I chose to do this on vacation. Imagine trying to do this in a 1 week span. Nuts. Insane. And aside from that, I gotta also make the 6th episode of Elementals Reborn and next hardcore mature drawing. Chances are I might have those two, you know, things be posted towards, like, the end. Not the end, but, like, the last week of March. You know the ones I'm talking about, right? Adventures Ami and that hardcore mature drawing with the mock brain horror theme to it, because people seem to really like that. And I would say a lot of people really did like the the finale of Lustful Horrors pilot. It was just called the pilot, right? Yeah, Lustful Horrors pilot. That's what it was. Yeah, let me see. 255 favorites with 10.2k views. 372 with 9.2k. And then 240 with 13.7. So I guess second episode was still like the best amongst them all, but that's fine. Also, I'm going to look up the poll real quick and see if we got any more. We got 18 before, we got now 21. Okay. Jesus Christ, everybody really just wants Kiriko to die. The poor pink-haired girl. Masako, Ryoko, and Takako is tied with, I don't know how many that is, but Kyoko is still like the lowest, and I feel like that one's pretty simplistic. Ooh, I didn't know you can move your mouse over it and it shows you an increased image of it. That's nice. Yeah, hold on, there's 21 here, 5, 10, what is that, 2, 1, 3, no, I can't, that's gotta be 2, 5, no, that wouldn't make any sense. 1, 2, that's 3, 6, 9, 12. 9 votes are poor Kiriko over here. I will neither confirm nor deny who is right, but the people who voted for the person that they did get right are going to be pretty happy with themselves. And I can say people because I'm peoples. People? Yeah, people, because it would say person, not peoples. Are you fucking kidding? I swear, my brain is like selective on when it wants to work and be smart or when it wants to be dumb and go into Duke mode. Like, for instance, apparently innuendo is a big word. How do I know what innuendo is? Although I guess I have Mad Moxie to thank for my knowledge of innuendos. You know, the whole, I can't think of an innuendo joke right now, but I'm sure you can think of one pretty easily if you were to think hard enough, I guess. But yeah, my brain is too freaking random on whether or not it wants to be smart or wants to be dumb in it. And it's very annoying. There's no consistency. I believe my intelligent level is on the same vein of Markiplier. I'm like stupidly intelligent. Where sometimes I'm an idiot, sometimes I'm smart. Sometimes when I do something like, you know, with Played Up, I go on a strategic end and there goes my brain working on full blast. Sometimes it craps out, like with the Solid episode. Yeah, in terms of intelligence, I'm pretty sure I'm on the same level, if not maybe lower than Markiplier. Probably. Yep, I'm definitely nowhere near, you know, smart enough to be like, yeah, I can think better than Mark can. No, Mark can definitely think better than I think that one looks better this way. Well, it depends. Who's the smartest when they're in their smart streak? Who's the dumbest when they're in their dumb streak? I don't know, I feel like my stupidity could also rival Mark's. And my intelligence, maybe not. You've seen how I've worked on some instances. You've seen my skills on some instances. Sometimes I ain't smart, sometimes I'm not paying attention, sometimes I'm like laser focused. It's hard to really tell what version of me you're gonna get. So yeah. Right now I'm tired as hell, so I might be on dumb version. Who knows? I don't know. Trying to keep up with the conversation and like continue to talk about stuff without like faltering can be a little bit of a challenge. I will say though, YouTube has definitely increased my social skills a little bit, but also I was on vacation, so I was happier. Maybe it's just this freaking work life thing that's just making me upset of living and whatnot or some shit. I don't know. I want to basically do what Mark's doing. Create. He's creating a movie right now, if you haven't paid attention. If you've been wondering of the lack of videos from Markiplier lately, it's because he has been making a movie. And, I'm kind of in the same boat with me making my series. But my series is more like E-series. And there are some drawings like this right here, or even, if I remember what episode this was, or album, I think it was 53. Yep, even this scene over here. Showing that scene, and now we're showing this scene from this episode. I'm busy too. Albeit my work is not as big as Markiplier's is, but you know what? It's fine. Because we all don't have to compare ourselves with somebody who, is on a completely different level. It's funny because I had one of my cousin's friends, we'll just call her, trying to think of a name that somewhat is rhyming, but not fully rhyming. Let's just say, Wong. There's a certain character, if you know who I'm talking about, if you know of a certain series that I've watched long ago that involves 6 particular people. But why am I trying to give you a hint? Okay, regardless of the fact, she said that when I showed them, all of them, the cousins and 2 friends, and Tony wasn't there. I think he's called Tony. Anthony. I don't know. He wasn't there, but I showed them the video of a mouse that I caught. Remember that episode? The mouse? I forgot what episode it was, but it was the one with the Niter Bombarder, I believe, where I caught a mouse with a paper towel, and I pet it right on the camera for you to see. You saw its little teeth go like that. Yeah, remember that episode? And they were wondering how that episode has so little views because, it was pretty funny. Well, let me tell you a little something about my curses. The curse of obscurity. Curse number 1. Oh boy, curses are the worst. I have a blessing called the blessing of talent, or the blessing of creation, or whatever the hell it's called. Blessing of creation probably would be the most accurate name for this because, I have to be reaching over 1,000 OCs right now, right? I have to be. There's no way I'm nowhere near 1,000. But my curse of obscurity makes it difficult for me to garner any attention on any platform. Granted, we have been very busy working on DeviantArt, and we have gotten pretty lucky with that. But we have not stepped up to the ranks of, the person who made the twins. The Tied to Twins characters. I don't know how many watchers they have, but I think they have over 10k at the very least. I'm still skirting by on 1.6k, which is nothing to scoff at. Also, I am doing 2 drawings a week, maybe 3, depending on what I need to do for that week. So it's not like I'm not, getting a bunch of content out for people to see. Then again, we're kind of doing that with YouTube, with having at least, it depends, 5 to 7 episodes a week, depending on how many episodes of art time there is. Nevertheless, we have that much, and we haven't really broken past we only just recently got to 22, which is not bad For somebody who's like starting anew on a platform and haven't been working on it for like several freaking years, because in DeviantArt I had 7 years. Also, DeviantArt makes sense because there's a lot of fetish art there. Not really a lot, but there is enough there and enough being made where we get a lot of people joining in. And it's not that bad, actually. Considering that we're doing like a 1-to-3 ratio. So, regardless, people are staying for either both or, one or the other. God damn it. Pillar 1C, you fool. And also, it ended up with this lustful horror series. Which I like it so far. The characters that I've made so far, I like them. I don't know who would be my favorite, though. I have no idea. I like the albino girl, whose name Their names are going to be hard for me to remember. I just got a random name generator, and I chose the name. They even have last names, too. Oh, 22. Oh, would you look at that? Another person voted for Kiriko. This poor girl. Everybody hates Kiriko. Or Kuriko. Kuriko. I mean, you've seen the name before. Yeah, Atsuko's probably maybe my most favorite because, something about albino girls, at the very least, in anime. Like, I don't think there's, like, anybody out there who has that level of, appearance when it comes to... I guess the most recent example that I can think of, and the only example I can think of right now, is Alice from Food Wars. And she's cute. She's adorable. Can't wait to see what the time skip version of her looks like, though. She seems bossy and in charge, so I have to imagine that once the time... Because I do know there's a time skip. I did look up, the characters, so I did get kind of spoiled with that, but it's not that big of a spoiler. It's a time skip. We get to see what they look like in adults now. Maybe now it feels less weird seeing a bunch of freaking teenagers having foodgasms. Ugh. I mean, I like the show. It's funny. It has, good-looking food, but it's still strange to just look at everybody having foodgasms. Even the adults. But there are some adults that was like, yep, nope, that's good. That's good. Unless it's I don't know, weird miniature versions of the person who, made the food. With what happened to... Okay, hold on. What the hell is this? Where's my... Oh, wait, no, this is the... Well, of course. Like with what happened to Arano and the egg, the chicken, somas and whatnot. You remember that? That was weird. It's funny just seeing the chicken somas with the freaking beaks and whatnot, but, oh boy. There's never a dull moment with that anime, I can tell you that much for a fact. Oh yes, prime example number 1 from what I was talking about before. Oh, wait a minute. Well, I guess I could still do this and have the, shard-looking thing. I can't remember. It's funny that the only underage character that I have in my series right now is Tina and Judas, whose name I still can't remember because he's not really a part of the main cast, the B team. God damn it. So, yeah, I don't have a lot of in terms of characters that match the Japanese, what do you call it, the characters that you usually see in most anime. I don't understand why most of them are so hell-bent on, showing kids in that scenario. Don't understand. I mean, you could easily make a story with, people who are in their 20s. You really think once you've reached, adulthood, that's when your life ends? I'm 27, and look at me, still creating, still making these cool scenarios and whatnot. Hanging out with friends on my birthday. Well, friends of cousins, but I still consider them friends. It's just I don't... all the people in high school I don't really converse with because I've never really been, a conversable person. The most recent person I conversed with is, we'll just call him, Maurice. Yeah. We'll just call him Maurice. And that was not too long ago. Well, I don't know how long ago it is. Time is melding together. It's hard to know what the time is anymore. What is time? Time. I don't even know I don't even think most of the people from high school even know that I have a YouTube account. Which is fine, it doesn't really concern me that much. But, you know, it's like, I'm not really that, like, sociable. I'm the kind of person who can, like, go with, like, weeks without any social interaction. So long as I have my creations, or, you know, game, I guess, depending on, like, what I plan on doing, I'm usually happy 9 times. I'm like, I literally am like the freaking Captain Sparklez of this entire creation endeavor. The only thing that I'm opposite of from him is my ability to create. You know, my ability to create. I create a bunch. Wait a minute. I wanted floor 1A, you fool. Hell, I even freaking start my videos with alright. Like I think he used to do. I think he still does that. I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen another video from him. Yep. I am the younger Captain Sparklez. Sure, why the hell not? Although I'm not really the younger one version of him, because I swear a lot. I'm pretty sure Captain Sparklez has never said cunt before. Shit nugget, or ass nugget, or cunt bag, or cunt nugget, or shit stain, or whatever. You know me and my swearing whenever I get, like, flustered with rage and fury. So I guess I'm, like, the angrier. I don't know. There's a lot of similar features to other YouTubers here that I don't really mean to try to emulate. I'm just being myself, and myself, by myself at least, is I talk to myself, and I, you know, create. That's all there really is to it. Usually when I'm around other people and I'm not really, like, into, you know, the social group that I'm, like, into, and it's just, like, I'm quiet. I'm reserved. I'm like Takako, except, it's like a mixture of Takako and, Kiriko. And let's see, any votes? Oh, somebody voted for Ryoko. Now Ryoko's in second. Cool. I wonder if people are just voting the characters who they want to die and they don't think they're gonna die next. Or first. Yeah, I know, it's a mature drawing, but their death is gonna be similar in the sense of, you know, Kami, Harate, and Matsuyo. With, you know, the whole, what's the word? Technically being brought into the Shadow Realm, Jimbo, by these monster girls. I guess that's essentially what most of the lustful horror series is going to consist of. Oh yeah, there's that. I am more sexually active. Also, I don't have a vasectomy. Maybe I'm bizarro Captain Sparklez. Maybe that's what I am. Maybe I'm bizarro Captain Sparklez. Long hair, vulgar, lewd, don't really care about cars. Yes, sure, I'm bizarro Captain Sparklez. Just like bizarro Jerry. And George Costanza, and, you know, any other friggin' bizarro-esque characters. Sure, why not? Why don't I just go on ahead and go full circle and say I'm just the bizarro Captain Sparklez? But where the hell would I be on the Markiplier spectrum? I don't know. I don't know, but I could be anything. I could be even right in your house right now. Or I could be under your bed. Yeah, I'm under your bed. It's me, Crunk. Don't ask me how I got under your bed, but I heard you had a nice cock. See what I mean? Christ, man, I'm definitely the bizarro Captain Sparklez. Can you believe that? I build. That's another example. I build. I like building. My Minecraft series and Terraria series is all about building, while Captain Sparklez' Minecraft and Terraria series is more about getting to the end. He speedruns Minecraft. I take, like, several seasons to get to the end because I'm so swept up in my architectures. He's bum rushing to hard mode without any preparations while I'm trying to like colonize the entire surface, get a subway tunnel built all across the land, and have elevators to divide the world, and even make my own biome set so I could have a safe place to have a lake to be able to fish for crimson and corruption. Also, I have a little bit more knowledge in Terraria, so I guess that does kind of help me in that regards. Elementals reborn. I gotta grab some. What do you call it? So yeah, I'm definitely the bizarro Captain Sparklez. There we go, folks. I'm even heavily adverse to doing the freaking Sparklez homes. You're gonna see what I have planned for the next episode of Terraria Nukem Edition. Because you know, we spoilers, but we get fast travel, but we make advanced sparkle homes. Yeah, you probably don't know what that is, but it's basically just, you know, sparkle homes. You know, what they usually look like. Whoops, I'm in the wrong freaking area. I need to go to brush. Not whatever that was. I don't even know what I collected, or selected. But we build, essentially, a square house, but we put a little bit more thought to it. More decorum. We got a bed in one of them. We will build the actual village full on out once, you know, we get to fast travel fully. The only other fast travel I need to get to is the snow. Because I obviously didn't have enough time. But I did get something. I got something that took Sparklez ages to get to, and I'm not going to explain what it is just yet, but I'm pretty sure that's a pretty big hint. Considering the fact that the only other fast travel left that we have to get done with is the snow. And I guess hollow, but we can't get that just yet. And then the mushroom biome, which we could probably build the mushroom biome like first immediately on the surface, and then have like a nice hole going down and into a mushroom-sized cavern, closed off like the dome in the underground city, so that no mushroom mobs can spawn in there, and have it like, you know, a nice barrier between the surface and the village, so that we don't get just mushroom beetles and shit coming down into the hole and attacking not only me, but the guide and the clothier and the truffle guy. I still want to try to get to the point where I can build Duke Manor. I'd say that's the one thing Sparklez has over me right now in Terraria, is his storage system is impeccable. But I'm going to get a good storage system. It's just going to be like, you know, Minecraft. You know what my storage is like in Minecraft. I have to run from one side of the house to the other to be able to put everything away if I have, like, pretty much a unique set of stuff. Which is fine, because I like having a big house. I will sacrifice convenience for the sake of having a big house. A nicer house. A big, nice house. Better than this one. One that I built myself. I don't think I can do that in real life. Because for one thing, you need money, you need construction skills, you need to know all about that stuff. My, skills more so comes down to architectural design than it is for actually, building the house. If I'm in Minecraft, Terraria, or, say, 7 Days to Die, or I guess technically Raft, whenever those two series starts up, then essentially I am able to build it, provided I can get the resources. Wait a minute, I need floor 1B. I do have a much nicer idea for storage, but right now what we're going to have set up for the other houses is basically just storage in those places. We do need a castle though, because I want to get wood room to store all of one wood type in there, so wood furniture, wood regular, then there's boreal wood and that furniture, and the torches maybe that goes alongside it, and a boss room where we just farm up the boss multiple times until we get their loot. We're not going to be able to do master mode. I don't feel like doing master mode. I tried doing master mode going into hard mode. Pre-hard mode was easy. Once I figured out how to kill Skeletron, it took the fourth attempt to kill him, using a lot of potions to be able to better dodge its stupid skull attack while using only guns. But then we head on over to the goddamn, boss, the Destroyer of the Eyes, and at that point I was like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do here? I have to imagine expert mode will be easier. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to make sure I'm prepared, though. I'm going to have arenas built around the areas. I want to try to, like, stick in pre-hard mode and stay there for a good while longer. How much longer? I'm not sure. I think Season 1, once we've, like, yeah, our plan is to build all of the villages that we can build currently. And fight the bosses, of course. Well, that's a real good question. Now that I got fast, if I can get fast off the snow, maybe I can take on... I don't know, we'll see. I could probably take on Brain of Cthulhu in the next episode. Not this next episode, the next episode coming after. I'll take on the Brain of Cthulhu, buy a mini shark, and maybe I'll take on the Queen Bee, and then get the, what do you call it, boss? Or what do you call it, voodoo guy to come in. I still need a shotgun, though. I want to get a boomstick before I do anything else. Okay, I think I got everything shaded, or textured in. It's hard to tell. No, wait, no, I just remembered. I was like, I know I was forgetting something. This is what I was forgetting. So, yeah. This is going to be interesting. Maybe I'll try to get a shotgun on episode 13. Because I really need to get, like, the houses built. Maybe next season, after Tales of Bizarro gets finished off, we're going to go on ahead and build the Duke Manor, get the entirety of the surface fully colonized, with the subway and the elevators. Also, how are we doing on the voting? Still 23, alright. Is that everything? Okay, but yeah, that's essentially my idea. Alright, awesome. So that takes care of that. There's still so much here that I gotta do. I gotta like make sure that the shadows here work perfectly and whatnot. Alright, so I guess yeah, the only other thing I really think of to talk about right now is who do you think is gonna die in the first episode of Lustful Horrors? Night before graduation. NBG is its definition. We got Lustful Horrors Pilot, IEP. Funny how it's the pilot, despite the fact that it's literally 3 episodes. Have you ever seen a series with a 3-episode pilot? There it is, Nature Queen's Throne Room. Yes, sirree. A 3-episode pilot. What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. So wait, hold on. No. What happened? What? I'm confuzzled. Are you all... Oh, no wonder why. Jackhole. What happened? There. You can't see it, but there's this... There's this option here where there's like a square here and a square there. And this is filled in, but this is not. These 2 spaces here. And something was like that. I don't know what, but something was like that. And caused Domador to get most of his shadows messed up. I don't know where exactly, but, you know, somewhere. Yep, yeah, Domador, who's essentially the Inuyasha of the series, minus the bruteness. I mean, it's primarily because of that one drawing, you know, the one with him doing this and a little demon thing. And that face as well. You see that we got that continuing with Genthu's eyes like that. Yes, sirree. There's going to be a nice light down here, and there's going to also be a tiny bit of light here as well. Oh, also because of the fact that he's barefoot. Only character here is barefoot, but we do have Ariella here who wears sandals. Yep. But that doesn't really count when you think about it. When you think about it. Anywho's and wits. Man, I really just don't feel like going back to work. Vacation went by way too freaking fast, I swear. Yeah, at least we get this done with. It still doesn't change the fact that there's still one more mature drawing left that's going to be a lot of work to get done with. It depends on how many characters I plan on drawing there. Maybe I'll draw 10 or something, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Right now I'm going to work on, after this I'm going to post this, probably not going to take too long. I'm going to work on Lustful Horrors, and I'm going to use the hour for tomorrow on Monday to get an episode of Game Crafters recorded. I gotta also, okay, yeah, I'll record voices and get that done with. Then I'll record an hour-long episode for Game Crafters. I know, I'm delaying as much as I can, but I also want to make sure that I get some stuff done with on this department, and I was too preoccupied with other things. Procrastination on a vacation week. Why is it on a work week am I so freaking diligent on getting shit done with, but on a vacation week it's like procrastination central? Why is that the case? I work better apparently when I am stressed on for time. Then again, I did get 2 new games, and there was one game that I've been wanting to play again for a long time, and another game that I also have been wanting to play and I've never beaten. I've told you this already. Dead Space Remake is a game that I've played and beaten at least more than double digits. Or not more than double digits, at least in the double digits. If it wasn't in double digits, it's in double digits now. Maybe we'll do it in hard mode. Impossible mode? I don't know about that. We didn't die at all in normal mode. And we only really just stopped to the store to be able to get the level 6 rig. And it cost like 99,000 credits, which I was right to keep a bunch of. I spent a lot to be able to get all the ammunition I needed, which basically just like gave me a huge head start for like a large majority of hard mode. But we apparently still had enough to be able to buy the suit, which is good. It's great. It's fantastic. And then there was Metroid Prime, and in Minecraft, I've said like some similarities, but I have come to the conclusion for that of those who are wondering, who are watching both, and you know, wanting to know if I was correct in what I was remembering. Apparently, I did have a game called Metroid Prime Hunters for the DS. Apparently, I do remember that, and I do remember the controls being a nightmare. More so than classic mode, apparently, of Prime. And I use the dual stick, you know, the usual FPS controls, despite, you know, Joy-Con drift being an annoyance. Like, yeah, it makes sense, right? I like having more mobility. I shouldn't have to reduce my mobility because, you know, that's how it controlled in the beginning. I wonder if they would ever, like, remake Prime Hunters. Because apparently that's the game I remember. Because I do remember this weird eyeball boss, but I don't remember the flesh pillar boss. And I don't remember fighting the first hunter either. Or maybe it's, like, optional. Yeah, because when I played Metroid Prime, Hunters apparently, I remember the space station having Metroids on it, and there was like a lot of things you can go and do stuff in there apparently, like, you know, there's some doors you couldn't access. Going into Prime Remake, I'm like, wait, what? I don't remember this, like, being this short. I thought this one was longer. Apparently no. It was, that's the size it is. I also remember going to a ship and traveling a bunch, but in Prime Remake, there was no ship traveling except for exiting the tutorial thing. So, yeah. Hell. Eye floater or ghost, either way, what the hell, kind of deal. But yeah, apparently that's what I was remembering. So weird, isn't it? It makes me question why the hell this exists. Like, really, why is Prime Hunters a thing? It's such a weird, like, melding of memories. I asked my mother this when I visited her Saturday, for a birthday, of course, and at first she thought it probably is a Mandela effect until I showed her Metroid Prime Hunters, and then she remembered the art, and that really confirmed it for me right there. I apparently played both and never beaten both, but I've beaten Prime now. And I gotta say, it was fun until, like, you get towards the end where now it's just, alright, it's enough is enough. I'm getting sick and tired of these enemies, these freaking enemies that require way too much more effort. And also, it got to the point where I was like, I can't switch these goddamn weapons out quick enough. You know, those trooper guys, the ones that, you know, you have to kill with your weapon type. If they're a beam trooper, you have to get the beam weapon. If they're ice, you gotta get the ice. Swapping weapons took, like, ages to do. It just got annoying. Once I got to the mine section, it was just tedious and annoying. It was already tedious with these freaking flying guys and then most of the pirates. I was questioning how the hell am I able to do this without taking, like, a single bit of damage. Because they always seem to be crack shots. Even when I try the dodge, they always seem to be crack shots. Doesn't make any sense when you think about it. And you're supposed to do that in classic mode? So now I'm questioning, did I actually get to the Chozo Ghosts, or am I just misremembering that, and basically the Chozo Ghosts and the Hunters have a very similar, like, fighting sequence. There's, like, these freaking spaces where Hunters are at, apparently. And I tried looking up the gameplay, but I don't feel like trying to scroll through, like, a few hours of seeing if they're going to bring up a map, because I remember... I know Metroid Prime had the map system, you know, that cool map system that I like so much, where you get to see a 3D schematic of the map. I vaguely remember that being in Hunters as well, which, why wouldn't it be, am I right? But I don't remember. This gameplay I've seen so far hasn't brought up the map. Also, gameplay that I've seen has you fight the first Hunter, and I don't remember fighting the first Hunter. I don't remember that at all. So yeah, it was definitely a memory fuck, that's for certain. Like, I remember 2 different games that I did play both of them, but I never finished both of them. And, yeah. That was essentially it. I have barely any memories of Prime, but I did play it. I do remember the intro screen. That I got right, like, down to the freaking beat. Except for, like, apparently the, you know, menu's exact look, which is fine, because that's not really that big of an issue. But, yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll make Metroid Prime Hunter or something. Maybe. We'll see. All I can really say is it's, you know, that's another game that I played, apparently, from the Prime series. I've never played 2 or 3. Or maybe I did and I just don't remember it. Okay, hold on. Apparently we have, these are different. I have to, get this here. Did I get it? Good, great. So yeah, there's that. I guess it's kind of the same thing with Dead Space, because I've played all 3 Dead Space games. I've enjoyed 1, enjoyed 2 a lot, didn't like the eyeball scene, if you know what I mean. You can't, like, go do that without, like, having to rub my eyes after a bit, because it just, ugh. You know what I mean? And I played 3. I know a lot of people's reception of 3 was, like, ugh, the worst of the franchise, but I enjoyed it for what it was. It was basically just more Dead Space. Looting, shooting, that was basically what I was more so looking forward to. Story, I don't really remember that much, but the same kind of applies to 2. And I can't say I don't remember 1 because I did, well, 1 of the original. I'm pretty sure the story that they have for 1 in the remake is, you know, different because apparently, according to Jacksepticeye or Markiplier, whoever said this, apparently unitology wasn't really a thing in, like, Dead Space 1 that was, like, heavily talked about. Apparently that was more of a thing that was shown in Dead Space 2. And my memory melds together so, like, you know, spastically that it's like, I remember unitology, but I don't remember if one had it talked about a bunch like it did in the remake, or, you know, stuff like that. It is a tricky thing, memory, especially when I haven't played the game in a while. Either of the games outside of what I just played recently. The original, I should say, actually. But yeah. And despite my probably like a year or two of not using a controller for an FPS game, we were doing pretty good. Although with Metroid, that has a lock-on system. Dead Space was really the one that had... It was more a third-person shooter, but you get what I mean. I'm probably going to put another fog here. Ooh, whoops. How long have we been recording? An hour, okay. And also, any new votes? Nope, still 23, okay. People still really want the pink-haired girl to die. Or at least they think she's gonna die. I guess it's pretty funny to think people are trying to, like, put their 2 cents in and, you know, trying to use their knowledge of horror-based stuff to try to guess who's gonna die. One of them is right. One of those guesses is right. The other 5 is wrong. Although I guess if I'm doing a who's gonna die first kind of deal, and if I'm doing 6 episodes, then it's really just a case of, you know, somebody's gonna die in every single episode. And when it's down to one person, I guess at that point it's more a case of, is this person going to survive? It's like a tournament bracket. Just know that your votes aren't like changing the tide of the story. I could do like a, you know, an audience selection kind of vote deal, where you, the audience, gets to choose who died first. And that is something I could do. If I could, like, make a blank slate of characters to work with, and, you know, you guys get to pick who you want to die first in this particular instance, then, yeah, that's probably something that I could do somewhere around the lines at some point. Don't know when, though. The stories that I have in mind are pretty much already set. Not every single character, though, but I have some characters in mind. And some surprises, I guess, without going into too much detail. And we're going to have, like, nice light coming off of this here. The window here. I have even more light coming off the window there. Because, you know, this is the biggest window in the area. A little bit of light coming out of here. Man. Now, here's some comment things we can do. Who's your favorite character in this drawing so far? Gwyneth? Ariella, who's back as to the audience? Ganthru? Domadora? Melina? Serpent Lady number 1? Number 2? Number 3? Nora? Or Queen of Nature? Choose your comment in the... Choose your character in the comments down below. Hard to say, really. This maid girl is now my new favorite side character. Favorite side character definitely would have to be her. Favorite main character definitely is between these 3 here. Sorry again, through, but there's something about these 3. It's hard for me to pick. I don't know. Ariella, maybe. Gwyneth and Domadora kind of, yeah, you kind of tie for second, I guess. Look at that bright light, and like a nice little light here. Well, obviously these characters aren't that important. And you're not as important just yet. Maybe you will be, maybe you won't be. We'll see. Right now, the story consists of these 4. But we can definitely grab you and you for, like, side story stuff, and maybe you 2. Or you 2 for, like, you know, cutaway kind of scene where we get to see those 2 doing, like, whatever. Or we see them in, like, the sequence, and it depends, really. So yeah, anyways, we've been at this for a little over an hour. We're almost done. Man, imagine having... I haven't been doing too many, like, two-parters as of late. I don't really have too much to talk about, and that's the issue. We like got Dead Space and Metroid Prime remake, but then after that, I'm not sure. I'm not entirely too sure. We don't have too much to discuss. I think I already got that. I can see the particles as small as they may be. Alright, by the time this is done, this will be around 1 o'clock, I hope. Oh, wait, no. Vivid lighting. Okay, I'm gonna get some sparkles here, but not too much. Whoops, that's not what I want. I'm getting close to finishing off the first season of Mob Psycho, and we're getting close to where we left off on Toonami, apparently. So it wasn't Mob Psycho that I remembered us leaving off at season 2. No, apparently it was only one season that was shown, and after that, we couldn't get another freaking season in, apparently. Surprised we got Food Wars. 5th plate. Apparently the worst of the series. But I don't really know. I enjoyed the second season of Promised Neverlands until I saw the end, which showed us what could be. But I still enjoyed it for what it was, and just wished, it would have been better if they just stuck to the manga source material. But who am I to say? I enjoyed early Black Clover before everybody started to be like, oh, maybe this is on to something. I was there before any of y'alls were there. I was already on board with Black Clover. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they could do like a retcon season of, what do you call it? Of Promised Neverland, and I'm pretty sure not a lot of people are going to, be all regret. Like, maybe they redo the season and add in the things that was in the manga. Maybe like have it be closer to source material. Might not be better according to some people, but or might not be as good, but it's better according to some people. Oops, no, I already got this. Look, I don't know. I enjoy most anime. I'm sitting here waiting for the next movie for Demon Slayers to get dubbed and finished, which apparently is coming out on April, somewhere around that time, so we gotta wait for that to appear at some point. And Spy X Family, which I think is coming soon alongside Jujutsu Kaisen. Kinda sucks that Toonami is not getting as much here. I have to resort to daily single show anime watching in order for me to, fill in that void of, well, I want to watch this. It's going to suck when the shows that I've already watched on Crunchyroll is going to finally somehow manage to find its way onto Toonami. But that's just going to have to be what it's going to have to be. I don't know, does Sony ever play ball in that department? One good thing we can take into consideration is the fact that we've got Attack on Titan finishing up its run on Toonami because of a contract. So at least then, hopefully before 2024, I think, we can go on ahead and get the next 3 episodes of Season 3 of Luna v Titan. Okay, I think that's everything in that department. Now let's go on ahead and get the effects in. I honestly can't wait to get to the end of that series, because I got some other things that I want to try to bring up. I got a few things that I want to try to show off in that series. Yeah, look at these sun rays here. Let me see if I can get some yellow in here as well. Because the palace throne room is already so goddamn golden and yellow, I don't know how we can do this without the colors just blending in. So far, it seems to be doing just fine, but hard to say, really. Now, I don't know if this would ever get animated. I don't know if this is exactly what a scene would look like. Because the scenes could definitely change depending on what animation studio would, decide to animate a series like this. No manga material, but rather just like some drawings of the characters and... Whoops. No, not too much. And of course, the fact that the characters have, like, you know, most of the scene shown, some scene draws and whatnot. I imagine it wouldn't be too difficult, but, you know, trying to get certain scenes in, like, action scenes, like how mangas draw certain sequences that occurs and whatnot, but this is just, like, explaining it in a book. Well, then again, if Harry Potter could do it, then so can we. Minus the transphobe and racist stuff. At least do the best we can to try to avoid that. Not even in a joking manner like most comedians out there would try to do. Nope, try to avoid that kind of hated stuff as best as you can. And if you fail, well, keep trying. Because honestly, it's better to keep trying to not be hateful than to be like, you know what, I am hateful. You're just woke, as most Republicans say nowadays. Everybody wonders what the definition of woke is. Because I get the funny feeling it's basically just a blanket term for, I hate this particular thing. I feel like that's what it is. And they don't want to say it. And I've said it sometimes in, like, a very funny thing. What was it again? No. Was it up your... No. Something about we'll see who cancels who, but I can't remember what the first one was. It's been so long I have forgotten, but it was so funny. I just imagine, like, a cat with the ROTC cat with an old man voice, and just, like, a blank stare face, like... But imagine with the mouth, like this. Maybe not exactly that, but, like, close to that. Maybe like this, with, you know, that, like, closer to here or something. Up yours, woke something. We'll see who cancels who. I don't know. I like chaos, and it's funny seeing a lot of people you know, just fumble around trying to, like, be like, we're not racist. It's just, this is woke. We don't know what that means. We can't tell you what that means. It's hard to describe what it means. Man, I can tell you what that means. It means I want to be racist. Kind of deal, you know? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what I'm saying. I might know what I'm saying, but I also don't know what I'm saying. You don't know what I know. So Howard Hill that meme went. Ah, Christ. Blue? I'm kind of going all over the place in whatever colors I want to try to get here. I don't want it to be too golden, but I do like the golden look there. Alright, another yellow area then. Wait, I think I just had it. Damn it. Well, whatever. I almost remembered how that meme went. Wait, what if I... Okay, hold on. Let's do a refresh. Okay, still 23 votes. God damn. Okay, hold on. How about this one? Is this it? Is this it? Oh, yeah. That's the word. Okay, good. Up yours, woke moralist. We'll see who cancels who. What if we did in Hank Hill's voice? Up yours, woke moralist. We'll see who cancels who. I just want to live in a world where I can sell propane and propane accessories. But Big Charcoal over here is trying to cancel me. Well, here's what I got to say about you. Up yours, woke moralist. We'll see who cancels who. I don't fucking know. I'm chaotic evil. Or chaotic neutral. Maybe I'm just pure chaos. Maybe I'm not even on the alignment spectrum. Maybe I'm so far chaotic that nobody knows what side I'm on. I'm on the side that allows me to do what I want to do. And that side is my own side. I'm trying to do more sepia, but I'm pretty sure we're done here. I'm pretty sure you all know that my stance on politics is literally no stance whatsoever. That doesn't mean I can't hate certain sides for, like, there are certain instances and views and whatnot. But that also doesn't mean that I don't look too far into it. Because I don't really want to go down a rabbit hole of politics or religion or anything like that. I make my own stories, my own worlds. And you've seen it. You've seen me create. Doesn't mean I won't still hate on certain things and, certain people for doing certain things. But I'm not going to try to, try to bring it down into one general category like most do. Although, nowadays it's getting harder and harder to not do that because there are certain people who are doing certain things. Okay, I like this, and I'm going to try to get some of this in. That all seem to be on this side. Why is that so common? Is it really that? Is it really like that? It can't just all be like that, right? It can't be. You would think maybe there's a little bit more uniqueness to it. Maybe there's... I don't know. I don't know too much about it, and I try to avoid it if I can. But sometimes it's hard to avoid it when you have people who are, talking about it a lot and being all that and that. That and this and that. It's hard to say. I prefer creating, because creating is so much more fun. Another reason! Unlike Captain Sparklez, I can say I don't give a damn about politics and I take no sides. He doesn't want to talk about politics. And it makes sense. Because you and me both know that politics is a rabbit hole nobody wants to go down. He probably has a side, but he wants to keep that private and in his personal life. I take no sides, and I will mock all sides. At that point, I'm like the internet today, boys, Ricky and Elliot. I take no sides. Although I'm pretty sure they stated they were liberals, but I don't care because I don't have political views to restrain me from enjoying certain things. Now, see, if I was full on the Republican side, I'd be like, these soy boys over here and their motherfucking Californian, whatever the hell kind of insults they would say. I ain't gonna watch you because you liberals. I'm like, hey, that's funny. I'll watch you. And there's one guy who's probably a Republican, like, he makes entertaining comment. I'll watch him. And there's Democrat, I'm like, hey, he makes entertaining content. I'll watch them. I don't know who's who, though. All I know is that Ricky and Elliot are liberals. Who knows what Markiplier is? I don't know what Jacksepticeye is because he's in Ireland. Or now he's in Britain, I think. But either way, it doesn't matter. I watch who I want to watch, and I don't let politics muddle that. That's easy, right? Easy, free life to live. Live by that code. Reject politics. Live and enjoy what you want to enjoy, and don't give a damn what the other person did, because otherwise you're just going to limit yourself to a lot of shit. I would say, don't, go too far into those who are trying to lean heavily towards hateful stuff, purposefully, but that's a muddled road even more so, because Harry Potter is a cool franchise, but the character sucks. And, that's... whatever. I don't care. I'll enjoy what I want to enjoy with no limits, and that's what I call freedom. And there's it. That's it. That's all. I don't know. I'm tired. I want to get this posted, and that's all for today's episode, folks. Live free and do whatever you want. Don't let politics, religions, or any other thing get in the way. As long as it's morally correct to you, then enjoy it. If it's... okay, who knows what moral is anymore. Just do whatever the fuck you want. Stop limiting yourselves. Anyways, thank you all for watching today's controversial episode of Art Time. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe for more, check out that there playlist, and of course, your previous episode of Art Time right over here, and the most recent episode of Terraria Nukem Edition. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Later.